Well, I totally failed on doing a proper intro. I wanted to discuss how to disassemble the trunk plastics. So that if you ever need to service anything like replacing a garnish, working on your lock actuator, or your windshield wiper motor fails, you'll know how to get in here. So this particular video is just the removal and then the reinstallation, because I didn't want to convolute everything too much on you guys and throw like this huge video like I'm really bad about doing, making these long things and just yabba yabba yabba. So we're going to stick to the point. Removal and installation of this. All right, so on with the disassembly and reassembly. So since we can open it, first things first, we're going to take those screws out right here. After having another argument with the Hornet, I got those Phillips out. Now we're going to work on getting those lights out. You pry the whole thing out as an assembly, by the way. All right, I had to get it from both sides little by little. So you're pushing those in, and then this comes out. The glare's got me. You got to push these little wings in to squish it down to be able to bring it down. Try that again. Golly. I'm just looking up at the sun is the problem. So I was doing right. It just didn't feel right because I was looking at the sun. There we go. Okay. Now, you just have to detach those. You'll see. Ow, that's warm. Just detach those off of there. Makes it hard when your hydraulics actually work. Used to doing this at the junkyard. 9 out of 10 times the cars don't work properly. But we're just kind of gently working this up. And then wiggle, and it comes loose. That's it. It's just a simple little unplug. Once that is loose, you're going to gently, yes, I have a camera here, so I got to be a little bit more careful. I'm just going to start carefully working these down. See, there's actually little U-shaped plastic pieces that clip onto those. Had to pull the camera loose. This is hard, holding a tripod in the air. It's my little piece I use to dampen the vibration on the camera, because it was bouncing around pretty good on that plastic. This isn't super duper easy. There we go, and it's down. When you're doing it with one hand and holding a tripod. But see all these clips? Those are what you're dislodging. I'm gonna have to fetch that one. But all these little guys. And see, that's where your screws go. And then you've got your clips there. Okay, that must just be a locating hole. So we don't need to fetch anything. Nothing's missing. There's that one. And then those little round black things that I showed you, they hook on this here. See, going across there. So I had this piece in there to help. See how floppity that is? It kind of helps stabilize it. Anyway, make do with what you got. All right, the 0607 had that little piece in there also for sound control. So I'm going to attempt to install with that, and we'll see how that goes. Usually the easiest thing to do is to hook, oh, y'all can even see, this here onto the shaft up top. I'm going to take some of the weight as you're working with it. God, I hate getting on camera. I'm trying to do this overhead where y'all can see. Okay, he's kind of dangling there. Fish your wires. Fish your wires. And kind of look and start to manipulate your clips. To their homes. There's one. There should be. Look from the sides in and get those lower ones. Perhaps, maybe. There she goes. Okay. Alright. I don't know how well y'all are able to see. Again, I'm trying to line everything up as I go. There's another clip there. Now, a lot of times these get missed. Trust me, they are important. Especially the one up here for my camera. All right. Now I'm gonna have to pull this down and aim, but first I gotta put my camera piece back up. But that's not relevant to y'all, so I'm gonna do that off camera. Hang on. Don't forget, I almost jumped off on a tangent elsewhere. You gotta plug these guys back in. Now the trunk's been open so long that they are, they've gone dormant. Remember. Okay. The thick part goes to the inside. If you forget, look at the shape of this. There? Yeah. Okay. All right. And we also want to put our screws in that are up at the top of the plastic here. Kind of want to start them with your hands. Feel for the little metal retaining washer dealy. Pressed nut. That's the words. One of these days I'll just learn to say fastener and be done with it. Okay, still got to work on that top portion, but I remembered that at the last second and wanted to throw it in. The best way to find these little clips is you just kind of pull your plastic and you look. See it there? If you don't get them, you will rattle like the dickens. So I can't hold the light and hold y'all. So hopefully that's kind of close. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pull this down and put it on the back side of it. I'm gonna pull this one. And it's a little harder because of my little wooden stuff you saw there. See how those are all in between the head of the clip and the body now. Talk about some bends. Now we can pop, 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 pop. Okay. And they are in place and tight. And yes, what's holding my clip in, my camera in, is one of these. You can take these off. It's just a regular old binder clip. You just squeeze. You can take the clips off. So I take them off and leave them off, and then I just have to make sure I have one of these laying about, which I always do, and then steal the legs off of it. Somewhere I have a pile of these legs laying around. I have no idea where. Anyway, that's that. Oh, we are back together. We are shiny. We open, we close. We have light again, light again.